Chasing clouds through the overnight hours, a wet Black Friday, picture-perfect Saturday, lots of sunshine, warm temperatures, but that does change on Sunday with breezy conditions and showers return. Details coming up in just a few minutes. Color 10 News at 10 starts now.
Now, from Ozarks First, you're watching Color 10 News at 10.
Thanks for joining us here at 10. I'm Brian Calfano, in tonight for David and Heather. Now, here at Color 10, we'd like to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving, or at least what's left of it. We've got all sorts of holiday events to talk about tonight. So, to start us off, thousands of people woke up early this morning to get some exercise in the running of the annual Turkey Trot in Springfield. The 5K is actually the largest in Missouri, and our Frances Lynn spoke to several runners today, plus local nonprofit leaders about how the event raises money for people here in the Ozarks.
3, 2, 1.
Over 7,500 people came out this morning to run in the Turkey Trot 5K.
I think it's wonderful. I think everyone in the community comes out to support the Thanksgiving spirit, I think.
Jody Bailey dressed up for fun and has been running in the 5K for a decade.
I remember when the first time that they ever started this, they had it over at Evangel College, and it was a smaller event, and this grew every year. So it's benefiting a lot of people, and that's just a great spirit and great environment.
I also spoke to several kids who told me what they're thankful for today.
I'm thankful for God, Jesus, my parents, and good friends and cousins. I'm just thankful I'm on the news for once.
The Turkey Trot also serves as one of the biggest single-day food drives for Ozarks Food Harvest.
So we've got about 20 volunteers that are helping out there, and so last year we got about 10,000 pounds worth of product. So we're hoping to beat that again this year. But overall, we've been doing this since about 2001, and we've received more than 138,000 pounds of product just from the Turkey Trot.
Jordan Browning with Ozarks Food Harvest said volunteers were packing up food all day in preparation for the Turkey Trot.
In this case, it's frozen food that goes to the pantries that's going to be distributed to the poor people.
Volunteer Fabio Heredia explained why he wanted to volunteer for the food harvest.
I also work at a church where we actually distribute the food to the poor people, and I see them all over the place, and it just breaks my heart to see them. We give them the food and they immediately eat it. They open the packages immediately to eat it. They're so hungry. So anything that I can do to distribute food to the poor makes me feel like I'm at least contributing something.
And the help doesn't stop there. The 5K run also raises money for the Development Center of the Ozarks.
So 100% of those proceeds that DCO collects stay local and goes directly into our programs.
DCO's Marissa DeClue says most of that money goes to the Pediatrics Therapy Program.
So when you're supporting Turkey Trot, that money goes right in to families right here in our community, making sure that little boys and little girls are getting all of the access that they need to be able to enter kindergarten and be their best little selves that they can be.
Winners of the Turkey Trot were broken down by age. If you'd like to see their names, head to our website at ozarksfirst.com. In Springfield, Frances Lynn, Ozarks First.
All right, thanks, Francis. And as the Turkey Trot was wrapping up today, several organizations in Springfield opened their doors for a free Thanksgiving meal for those who need it most.
Many of the folks that you'll see behind me, they're small families or they're single individuals. They have nowhere to go today, and we make them feel welcomed right here at the Salvation Army.
Major Butch Frost thanked the cooks and volunteers who prepared 24 turkeys for a traditional Thanksgiving dinner to feed 300 people this afternoon. Lambert's, of course, donated its rolls, and patrons also got a slice of pie from Village Inn. Now, the event is usually at the Salvation Army's Boonville location, but since it's grown over the years in terms of attendance, the meal is now hosted in the Army's main hall on Chestnut, which has more room. At Reed Spring Intermediate School today, another Thanksgiving event for that community. Shirley Meese, a retired school cook, has been running this event for a decade, and her family realized how much money they spend on Thanksgiving, and, well, they decided to give back. 10 years ago, only 11 people showed up. Now, nearly 250 stopped by to eat, and another 200 meals are delivered.
The need is very, very real, and I'm really privileged to be able to work with the school district because in the backpacks I put my flyer, so those are backpacks that go home for the weekend for kids that need food.
Mies also sends out several grocery bags with turkeys and toiletries, which are donated from Oakley's in Branson. Now, if you want to help out next year, Mies says prepare a turkey the night before and bring it to the event. Several local churches came together tonight to provide meals to the Springfield community. Victory Mission held a holiday meal at Second Baptist Church with the help of dozens of volunteers. And in Branson, the nonprofit Jesus Was Homeless sponsored $25 dinners to feed nearly 1,000 people in Branson. Several area businesses pitched in thousands of dollars for the organization. So, now that Thanksgiving is over, let the shopping begin. Today, our Colin Lingo went to a few stores that opened their doors early and welcomed the first day of seasonal shopping. Colin?
Yeah, Brian, typically Black Friday marks the beginning of holiday shopping, but over the last few years, several retailers have pushed that day back to today. Not to mention there are always online deals you can take a look at, but for those we talked to outside brick and mortar stores today, standing in line isn't really sacrificing a Thanksgiving. It's just a different way to celebrate. We're opening the store on Thanksgiving.
Probably like 10 more of those.
Crews inside Springfield's Best Buy prepped all night. Where have you been sleeping?
In my truck.
Terry Bellamy had been gearing up for even longer than that.
I got here about 6:30 Tuesday evening.
You see, he was the first of many waiting outside Best Buy, which was just one of a few stores that saw these holiday hordes on Thanksgiving afternoon.
You know, looking at this whole line, I hope I get at least what I want, my PS4.
Joseph Bass said skipping supper was worth the wait.
I hate turkey, so it doesn't really a big deal to me.
You passing up on yams?
I don't like yams, my friend.
Behind him in line, Amy Johnson said the pleasant weather was too good to pass up.
60 degrees outside right now. I'm going to enjoy it.
And while others might have said lining up this early would mean sacrificing tradition.
Do you feel like it all lining up on a Thursday has you missing out on anything?
No, not really.
Those in line would rather look at it as an annual gathering they prefer.
Is the end game to get back home and have dinner?
No, the end game is to play on the PS4.
Now other shoppers come out on Thursday, Friday, or whenever. Experts say at some point 71% of Americans are expected to hunt for gifts this holiday weekend. And once you hear about some of the deals we saw today, you might understand why. We saw 43-inch TVs, Brian, on sale for less than $150. We saw PlayStation 4 bundles selling for $200. Not to mention many of those accessories you might want to buy with those big-ticket items, movies, games, game controllers. Those were also on a major discount.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, Colin. It's been a day of being thankful for all we have, but tonight there are people struggling in Springfield, though they are grateful to at least have a coat to wear. A simple, kind gesture has turned into something helping hundreds in the area. Our Melanie Chapman reports on how a local business is giving back to people in its neighborhood.
Cars, coats, and kindness come together on Glenstone. But not everyone has a car, and not everyone has a coat.
We've been here at Car-Fi for, 32 years now, and we have watched countless people walk up and down. It's a state highway right here, and walk back and forth daily in the winter, and without coats.
Rick Snelson and his wife Reba Brew own Car-Fi on Glenstone. They recognized a need and decided to do something about it.
You know, we felt sorry for him and needed to do something for him, and this is our way of giving back. So
they put a rack outside their business where a lot of traffic passes by, both on foot, bike, and in cars. The idea is simple. Need a coat? Take one. Want to help? Leave one. The response was instant. Elizabeth Graves is looking for something to keep her grandson warm.
And I hope this one right here will fit him. I hope. So he's in need of a coat.
When she arrived, there weren't many coats, but she hopes more will come and is so grateful to Rick and Reba and those who donated items to give the gift of warmth. It feels good to know people care.
Of course, and I'm one of them. I do care. I do.
The donations come in constantly. So much Rick and Reba put a portable building outside Car-Fi to keep the coats, gloves, hats, blankets, or any donations in so they stay out of the weather.
Any kind of coats, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have shelving for it now, so yeah, bring it, please. We need it.
But this year, they hope more businesses will do the same and that more donations will come their way to serve an immediate need in the community we share. In Springfield, Melanie Chapman, Ozarks First.
And last year, Car-Fi gave away more than 1,000 coats. Now to a follow-up. Police in West Plains have arrested a suspect who is believed to have shot a man at a home on Locust Street near the Senior Center Tuesday night. 33-year-old Lee Nazarian was taken into custody at the Howell County Sheriff's Department. Officers say Nazarian shot a 29-year-old man in the leg. That man had to then be airlifted to a hospital. We still have lots of stories to cover this evening. Coming up, highlights from the Macy's Day Parade, President Trump's address to soldiers, and the 55th anniversary of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. But first, a look at the weather. Beth, it's looking like a wet day for shoppers tomorrow, right? But
Yeah.
It's going to be picture perfect on Saturday.
Yeah, tomorrow if you're heading out, you're definitely going to need your umbrella and your rain boots. Good news is by Saturday, the sun does come back. Timing and totals of that rain coming up right after the break.
Now weather with meteorologist Beth Finello.
We started Thanksgiving off pretty chilly. 31 degrees here in Springfield, 32 down in Branson, and 35 up in Rolla, but it was a gorgeous day. Look at these highs. 61 in Springfield, 60 down in West Plains, and 61 up in Rolla with lots of sunshine today, too. I mean, it just could not have gotten any better. And temperatures right now dropping into the upper 40s, 48 here in Springfield. Not shaping up to be a bad night. Winds coming out of the south. That's who we can thank for our temperatures hitting that 60-degree mark. And things are quiet right now, but we do have clouds rolling in, and with these clouds is going to come our next rain chance. So if you're heading out tonight to do some Black Friday shopping, you're in the clear. Just some clouds through the overnight hours. By tomorrow, right around lunchtime, is when we could start to see those first showers start to pop up. Then through the day, they will continue to move through the area. Some heavy downpours at times throughout the day, and then those will move out, taking the clouds with them by the overnight hours tomorrow. Now, how much rain are we going to get? Some places could get 1/4 of an inch. Some places could get up to an inch, really depending on those heavier downpours. I think here in Springfield, though, we'll be right in the middle. I think we'll probably get about 1/2 an inch of rain here in the metro. Now, after that, it's going to be a very warm day Saturday. Temperature is going to hit about 70 degrees across much of the Ozarks, but it is the warm before the storm. After that, we're going to have a powerful storm come through. Now, in terms of what I mean by powerful, that we're really focused on the wind threat. It's going to be very breezy, very windy. And then behind it's going to come some cold Arctic air. It's going to get very chilly. Over the next 7 days, our main threat again for rain is tomorrow and on Sunday. Then things do dry out. We are riding the temperature roller coaster. I hope you really enjoyed the weather today, because tomorrow we'll be back in the upper 40s. Saturday again, great, lots of sunshine. But then by Sunday, we'll make it to about 50. But then that cold air is going to come in, drop temperatures back into the 30s, and then we'll have to ride the roller coaster back up by the middle of next week. So overnight tonight, increasing clouds, winds coming out of the south, could get gusty at times, up to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures dropping into the lower 40s. Tomorrow for your Black Friday forecast, we'll start off the day cloudy, temperatures cool in the lower 40s. By noon, we'll be in the upper 40s, but rain showers throughout much of the area and some drizzle by the 6 o'clock hour, with temperatures dropping into the middle 40s. The next big thing that, again, we're worried about is Sunday. Sunday, I think we'll be able to make it to about that 50-degree mark, but as that storm comes through, it's going to bring windy conditions and it's going to bring cold conditions. Temperatures are going to drop into the lower 20s in the overnight hours on Sunday. Monday, things will start off cool in the upper 30s, but 20s again in the overnight hours. So I really hope you enjoyed today and hope you go out and enjoy Saturday.
This up and down.
It's really a roller coaster.
But good work today.
Thank you.
Today was truly nice and to be thankful
I'm
for,
sprinkled in that sunshine warmth. It was great.
Excellent. Thanks, Beth. Still ahead at 10, President Trump threatens to close entry to the U.S. if a wall isn't built on our southern border. Plus, details on another possible government shutdown. Keep it right here. And around America tonight, a giant turkey float kicked off festivities at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade as spectators, bundled from head to toe, cheered on. It was 21 degrees in the Big Apple this morning, making it one of the coldest parades in decades. Iconic balloons like Charlie Brown and first-timer Goku were cleared to fly, but at lower heights due to the gusty winds. The Grinch dropped down a little too low at one point, though. The wind pushing his face too close to the crowds. An estimated 3.5 million people turned out to watch the annual parade. And while most celebrated Thanksgiving at home, some couldn't, including our soldiers. Fort Leonard Wood troops were served a Thanksgiving feast on post today. 7,000 pounds of turkey and 30,000 meals were prepared for service members, and President Trump spent Thanksgiving thanking the military for its hard work and sacrifices.
I say to our great warriors, hello and happy Thanksgiving.
The president praised the officers for their service and then turned to other topics, including federal judges, trade, and immigration.
If we find that it gets to a level where we are going to lose control or where people are going to start getting hurt, we will close entry into the country for a period of time.
And with a large caravan of Central American migrants nearing the southern U.S. border, the president said drastic measures may be necessary to maintain security. The president also repeated his call to build a wall along the Mexican border and hinted at a government shutdown in December if Congress doesn't fund that wall. And speaking of the president, this art piece titled The Republican Club will be featured in a new display at Springfield's History Museum sometime next spring. The news leader reporting tonight, Andy Thomas, who is from Carthage, painted several of the top Republican presidents in history, including Abraham Lincoln, sitting together at a table. The painting has become popular on social media, and Thomas has done several paintings, including those featuring Democratic presidents. Today marks the 55th anniversary of President John F. Kennedy's assassination in downtown Dallas, Texas. Shots rang out at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on November 22, 1963, as the president's motorcade wound its way through thousands of onlookers. Kennedy was pronounced dead at 1 that afternoon, and CBS News' coverage of the event, anchored by Walter Cronkite, was the first time television news coverage included live, multi-day breaking news events. Lee Harvey Oswald was charged with assassinating Kennedy. Oswald himself was killed by Dallas nightclub owner Jack Ruby on Sunday, November 24th. President Lyndon Johnson appointed what became the Warren Commission to determine Kennedy's killer. It concluded that Oswald acted alone, but Gallup found at least half of those polled in its surveys since 1963 have refused to accept the commission's explanation. Around the world tonight, an American missionary appears to have been killed by tribespeople on remote islands hundreds of miles off the coast of India. That's according to officials. Authorities say 27-year-old John Allen Chow went to India on a tourist visa, but visited the northern Sentinel Island with an intent to spread Christianity. Just over a dozen natives are officially thought to live on the remote island. The island is a protected area, and people are not allowed to go within 5 nautical miles of it after previous incidents of aggressive behavior toward outsiders were observed.
Not many people gave us much chance to be where we are right now. And I'm not sure how many people are given much chance to get to the next week.
Now, Mount Vernon is back in the Final Four, and the Mountaineers may owe some of their success to some unlikely sources. That's next in sports.